What up, what up, what up, crazy kids? This is your favorite attorney, the one, the only, the fantastic Internet Law Review. And we are here to play more of the ridiculous Phoenix Wright. Very awesome. As I remember, as we last left the action, we were investigating a murder that occurred at a movie studio. As I remember, the murder occurred sometime after 2 o'clock. And as I remember, the guard said that they saw all the people who went to the murder site, the victim, and the one suspect, the only people being. And the same guard said they had only been there since noon. And no one asked the obvious question, what about before noon? Because no one has any logical reasoning skills in this game whatsoever. Anyways, we are going to continue with this ridiculous murder where I'm trying to disprove that my client did it, even though, there's an entire universe of suspects because we don't know the timeline well enough. But we're going to ignore logical reasoning and basic reasoning, and we're going to go, from the murder happened to trial the next day because that's how we do it in Phoenix Wright world. Trial is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Then we got this guy. The defense is ready. Opening statement, please. Prosecution will show that 2:30 p.m. on October the 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime because the guards saw everyone who went in there between 12 and the time of the murder, but we're not going to worry about what happened before 12 because I am an idiot. The evidence presented during trial will all point to this fact. Very well, I'd like to move on to some testimony. I don't get an opening statement? That normally happens. Turn myself up, he says. Let's see. Hold on. Check, check, check. Whoa, that sounds loud. That sounds high. Check, check, check. Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. Let me know if that's okay now. Very well, I'd like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you've briefly describe the case to the court. Yes, sir. I explained with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? Okay. In American common law, that question is what's called asking for a narrative. You're not really allowed to do that. You have to ask more specific questions and get more specific answers. You're not just allowed to say, tell us everything you know. Anyways. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scene. Good morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security layer that works the studio was here at 1:08 p.m. that day. I apologize. I said since noon. I meant since 1 p.m. Even more open timeline. Past the security gate, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And a young woman, the production assistant, who we're not going to suspect for any reason. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. How do you know that? Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, 1 p.m., the security labor got to the guard station. The victim went there before the lady got there. How do you know that? No one saw him. Now jump ahead later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. You wouldn't be able to testify that because you don't really know that. You need like a coroner. And they're not usually that precise. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. That sounds kind of like an opening statement, which the prosecutor would do. You don't get your opening statement from the witness. Anyways. Anyone like to hear that again? No. Should I listen to that whole thing again? No, I got it. Everyone's a moron. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. Why is the judge asking this question? How medieval? Objection. The spear being found in the victim's chest is pretty good evidence that it's the murder weapon. But I'd like to point out it's not necessarily dispositive for very obvious reasons you can probably think of in about 5 seconds. This case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Lots of things, but she also saw lots of not stuff. Understood. Let's call a security officer to the stand. That's a reasonable start. What is she wearing in her hair? Will the witness declare her name? What kind of a question is this? State your name would be fine. Declare... Alright. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? Lord. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. You know, you do get to prep witnesses to help to avoid this. Just saying. Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. That's not how this works. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to state their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Just call me Grandma. It's practically my name. Objection! Yes, thank you. You don't really necessarily have to object. You could just say, thank you, let's move on. Just interject. The objection would be non-responsive, but yeah. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. Just getting to the good part, dearie. I was just getting to the good part, Your Honor. Perhaps we can get to testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder. Yes, sir. Yes, see? Yes, see? I was. And to get the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. I literally hate everyone. You may begin your testimony. Wait, that hasn't started already? She sure is one hell of an old bag. I literally hate everybody. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Yes, means that you don't have any idea what happened before then. Pearl and Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through since the morning. How do you know that? You had just gone to the guard station at 1 p.m. How do you know what anyone was doing in the morning? I, well, had some errands to run that morning. We don't care. Anyways, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Great! You can tell us what happened between 1 and 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed towards the studio. Okay, that's actually relevant evidence. Thank you for playing that much. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Now let's remind ourselves what we have in evidence. I have an attorney's badge. I have an autopsy for 2:30 p.m. I have a guide map. Okay. I have a card key. I have a photo. And I have a sphere. Okay. I arrived at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since this morning. Well, I would object in real life, so let's see if that works for us. A run-through. They're working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate. How do you know that? They got the basics figured out by noon. We're using the afternoon for practice. How do you know that? Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. How do you know that? That's why poor old Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. How do you know that? There was one through in the morning. Why'd you only get there in the afternoon? She told you. She had errands. I had some errands to run that morning. Do I care? Yeah, why not? Let's ask. What kind of errands? You know, this would be the kind of thing I would have gotten in a deposition long before now, but sure, let's ask questions I don't know the answer to. That's always a good move for a lawyer. Oh, well, you know. No. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching for Hammer and Powers, observing you now. Oh, you know, because you were watching. So, basically, you perjured yourself and you're a completely unreliable witness. Well, thank you for playing. I'm done. Observing. Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Oversnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. Yes, and no one could have possibly gotten around the gate. Anyway, always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one all my years. Wow. I want to see Steel Samurai run through too. You could be quite a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it's 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. Fine. I was at the main gate from then until 5. I'll press. So you're watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even for a second? A very reasonable question. Of course. I'm professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job? A little bit. I was just after seeing you eat those donuts at the guard station yesterday. I can watch the game eat donuts at the same time. Snipper Whapper. Snipper Whapper? Why don't I raise an objection? I wish I could. What did you see? Now the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 o'clock. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was headed towards the studio. I will press. So you saw Mr. Powers. That's what I said. Got wax in your Sonny? Nick, this is your chance. You had time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers. Well, I will present the photograph. Let me get this straight, old bag. Mrs. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about this man in the photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Yeah, there's like a way you would do this. You would get copies and you'd present one to the judge and present one, and you'd say, present this to the witness, and there's procedure for this. What is this exactly? See, he's asking because I didn't present it properly. None other than Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? I hate her. Anyone can plainly see that's Powers? No, they can't. I mean, I wonder. See, how does the prosecutor not know this? You know, because the prosecutor, you would think, would, like, interview people and get the same evidence I did. It's like, true, Mr. Power does not plays a role, but that doesn't mean Mr. Power is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. We're clear on that. No one in this court is accusing you of that. Having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Humph, nosy old man. It's not the greatest move to the judge. Of course I have proof. No, you really don't. You're not allowed to do this. How was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy? Yes, how was I supposed to know everyone would be so nosy at a murder trial? Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. First of all, no, that's not true. Second of all, just no. He didn't even give it a second look. It's definitely evidence of something. It's what? And how's that prove anything? Let's hear about your proof then. This will be good. Never said anything I don't mean, mind you. And more, during the run through the action scene, I saw Power trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at the picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. I really, really can't. I really, really can't. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Never said anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. I'll press. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think, he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. Why didn't he go to get medical help of some kind? I'll have to make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. I object. Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Yes, let's. Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She's cleaning up the backdrops, I think. She didn't know about the Powers ankle. How do you know that? You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Press. I'll press on that. Is Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Less than that. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. You can see he's dragging his legs. See, clear as day. No. Are you absolutely sure? Is take a look at that picture again. I don't know what's going on in that photograph. I mean, I can't tell what's going on in that photograph. That he's limping. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what's going on. It does look like he was dragging his foot. Why is the judge saying this? See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Press. Still, you can't look and say this is Powers. Yes, because even if he had hurt his leg, someone else might have saw him limping. Maybe someone else was duplicating the movement, and you know, so forth and so on.
Objection!
Yes, but only Mr. Power would have been dragging his leg. No, you're a moron. He has a point. It does seem quite likely that was Powers. Quite likely and beyond a reasonable doubt are two most distinctly different things. If we were in a civil case, probably. We're in a criminal case. We have to be a little bit more sure. There's got to be more to this. I better keep pressing. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Alright, let's go back. I'll press her on the prop. Broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. The one that was found inside of him. Samurai spear, the murder weapon? Luckily I was there with my duct tape to fix it. Can't present that yet, I guess. This strikes me as a significant detail. Yes, it does for me too. I better write this down. Apparently he sprayed his ankle pretty bad. I think we've heard enough. Haven't you, Your Honor? Well, there's one more thing that bothers me, which is, where's the Steel Samurai costume now? Thank you for asking a reasonable question. Actually, well, we couldn't find it. Doesn't that, like, maybe tell you something? We're looking, though. And you're looking real hard. Anyway, that's not important. It's a little important. Witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. It's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I literally hate everybody. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree this photo shows the Steel Samurai. That's normally how that would work. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. Fence has a point. Yes, I do. I also wonder if someone else not on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. Well, thank you, Judge. Jeez, you're the first one to raise that question. Unbelievable. We have to consider that possibility also. Yes, this might be a thing you'd want to consider before, you know, trying someone for murder. Now allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue your testimony? No need to ask twice. The time before Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30. Yes, we've established that. The only person I saw go to studio before then was Will Powers. Do I have anything that contradicts that? No. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Okay. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you. Yes, it was. The only person I saw go to the studio before them was Will Powers. Cross. Absolutely sure? But quite. No one's suspicious looking by past at all. It's not quite the same as the question I asked. Nobody's suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. Can I press her on her twice? Oh, before you got to the guard station. Yeah, that's a good question. You mean before 1 o'clock? Yes, before 1 o'clock! Well, everyone was in the employee area before then. You can't possibly know that. I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Yes, no one could possibly get past that gate. No one could possibly in any way, jump that gate or use a ladder over that gate or like just casually roll over the gate or probably just ESP their way through the gate. The gate is so incidental. Not to mention, I would have seen them. Sure? Witness has answered the question. That is a fair objection. Asked and answered is a reasonable objection. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Oh, Lord. Edgy boy. I want to make sure his balls are, well, you know what I mean. How convenient. Alright. The only person I saw go to the studio was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Do I have anything else to, like, object to or present? I mean, I guess I could press her on the time, but... I mean, she doesn't know that. How do you know that? Exactly. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret pal, he told me everything. What am I missing here, guys? The only person I saw going to the studio before them was Will Powers. Alright, I'm running into trouble, guys. I don't know what I'm missing. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. I guess I could present the map again.
Objection!
I don't know what else to ask. I'm actually stuck. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Anyone from Studio 2 could have gone there. I mean, anyone could have been there from the night before, lying in wait. Homeless guy, I mean, take your pick, right? The only person I saw go to the studios was Will Powers. We've confronted that already. No one else went there. We've confronted that already. I'll press again. What about before you got... We did that already. If they had, I would have seen them. Press? What items do I have? Yeah. What about the photo? It doesn't tell me anything. I guess I could press it. I guess I could present the photograph again.
Objection!
Your Honor, this statement's contradicted. No contradiction. No one else will there. Yeah, I mean, there is no duct tape in the photo, but...
Objection!
I'm lost. There's nothing I can do here. I mean, if this is a real world, I can think about 18 things to do, but we're not in the real world. We're in Phoenix Wright land. I don't know if she's the murderer or not. She's definitely an idiot. I tried this photo of the samurai against statement 2, 3, or 4. Andy, I did this statement 2, 3, or 4 already. I already presented it. I don't know. It's Samurai's fear. Something significant about the photo you're missing is number 2, and the camera takes pictures automatically when people pass by. Alright, I'm gonna wait here. I'm just gonna wait here on the screen. So we're paused here until chat helps me figure out what to do from here. Because I am stuck. You wanna see the items list again? Sure. You want me to present the photo on the screen? I'm pretty sure we already did that. You want me to do that? You want me to present this photo now? You want me to present this photo in response to this only person statement? All right.
Objection!
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It says photo number. It says photo number 2. Yeah. Here, I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true the computer of the guard station records all security cam data. It doesn't make sense that, like, the whole thing is just absurd. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words. You and I know what that means. It's taken at 2 p.m. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo 2. I hate literally everybody. Photo 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't there be photo 1 if that really was the only photo? Please tell the court what you mean by this. Really? You can't, like, figure out that... Okay, never mind. The evidence shows not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day. And there's only data for 1 photo. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady here herself. I just remembered something, she says. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. I'm thinking now, I remember throwing out 1 photo that day. That's because you suck at your job, Edgeworth. Why is the trial continuing? Like... I would have gotten a mistrial at this point in the real world. Several times. Every day after I finish my job duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded a security computer. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking. I'm thinking now I remember throwing 1 out photo that day. Well, let's press it on what it was, maybe. Well, who in the heck was in that photo? Thank you. Humph, fanboy. I don't know what Japanese law doctrine is, but if it's anything even vaguely resembling this, Andy, I am truly scared. I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes through the employee area. Yeah, that's kind of a critical detail. That's kind of a critical detail. Gray has been loose for a while. He's outside, and well, that's where they come in. And no one thought to fix this? At any point? They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids, children, whippersnappers. So we now have literally an infinite pool? Even if you're guilty based, this is asking a lot, Andy. I mean, this is messed up. So on the photo that you erased was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? We saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about second or third grade. Oh yes, we'll see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. Pokemon? A boy in second or third grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai sphere. Possible, it's quite heavy, but it was broken, so, you know, it's only half as heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay much attention to mine. That's why I erased the data. I literally hate everybody. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him suspect. Yes, it does. More potential witness? How about that? This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. I want a mistrial. I'm never getting vital information this time. Who's the Steel Samurai? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. You should take care of bear stuff. Bear stuff, why? It was in the dressing room. That's kind of like where you put it. Nick, what are we going to do? First, we'll play for more time. How about we get the boy on the stand? He might be... How about we just say, hey, prosecution, hey, he's a potential witness. Maybe he saw the whole murder. Yeah, you can really get my client now. How about we go find him so he can prove that my client did it because he witnessed the whole thing? Yeah, let's go do that. Yeah. That way you can get your conviction for sure. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. Sigh. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Sniff. Oh, Lord. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Because that's definitely how this would work. Mr. Edgeworth, will you please present the prosecution's thoughts on the matter? Prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. You're an idiot. That's my thoughts. The other person who went to the studios was a boy roughly 10 years of age. Is that true for Japan? Just incidentally? Because I don't know how the grading system works. In the US, that would be like about 7 or 8 if we're second or third grade. The photo we do have may not be that hard evidence. Still, no one else that could commit the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty. Sure, why not? Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on anyone accusing the innocent. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? This court does not look kindly on anyone accusing the innocent. Are you being serious with me right now? Is this a joke? Am I being punked? If you accuse someone who's obviously innocent, you'll be penalized. How about I accuse you, Your Honor? How about that? Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person, other than Mr. Powers, that could commit the murder? Well, the assistant girl is a possibility, because we don't know where she was. Security lady is a possibility, because she deleted the photograph, and the grade school boy. So who do we want to accuse, guys? Want to accuse the security lady? Sure, why not? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Old Bag. What? Whippersnapper? Order, order. Is this true, Old Bag? Oh yeah, that's definitely what you should be asking at this point. Old Bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you. Miss Old Bag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In no other words, she has no alibi. She could briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped to Studio 1 to scene the murder. Why should she go through trouble wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. You're not even remotely close, Phoenix. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with injection and some damning new evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so y'all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something. What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this whole way. Let's press it, baby. We got her on the ropes. Very same reason that Mr. Powers is suspect in this case. He used to cast doubt on Mr. Oldbag's actions that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Mr. Hammer? You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That actually did. Now Lindbergh is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. The one you said was not suspicious? That one? He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, wasn't it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy's not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Since when do I have to prove anything in this judicial system? Apparently the way this works is that we just say, yeah, you did it, and then you have to prove it's not the case. So I guess it's your turn to, prove things not to be true. Or is it nice to meet Keats and meet your elders day? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the crime? Yeah, the photograph. It's too big. She's too big. That is not a small boy.
Take that!
Your Honor, the murder weapon was a samurai sphere. That very sphere is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the sphere? It's impossible. I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Woof! The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. Court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness. Something old bag here. Then prosecution will look further in this old bag before we continue. You know, that's something you might, do during the investigatory stage of a investigation. Usually you investigate during the investigatory stage. That's why it's called the investigatory stage. That would be the normal time you do investigations. Maybe you could have done it then. That would have been good. I'm not just going to sit by here while you bark up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking. Put duct tape over her mouth. Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Well, testify. No! No! Don't testify! No! Screw you! Global Studios want me to keep quiet about something. So, basically, you've been perjuring. So, what is this? I'm losing count. Is this the second, or third, or fourth time that she's admitted to committing perjury at this point? And also destruction of evidence, I'd like to point out. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? I wonder if the people that coached you are going to be the same people that are going to coach the people involved with the Jeffrey Epstein matter. So they told me just to pretend they hadn't been to the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why'd you keep it from this court? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. When is the power of Oldbag? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Why do I have to cross-examine anything? Press. So you're told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and TV bigwigs, no less. Who? Who specifically? Now would be a time to name names. Why didn't I hear about this? Because you're an idiot. Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. Oh, that's good. It's a massive conspiracy. There were some other people in the studio. Who? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? That's a stupid question. How could they have done a run-through without a director? Very, very easily. Very easily. Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. We've been asking about this whole time, you idiot. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had some meeting after that. Where? Oh, Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? Yes, we're seeing it on that. Here it is. Go through the gate and all the way to the left. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? No, I'd like to move for a directed verdict of not guilty, since, you know, this is totally fucked up. I think I already asked my questions, but let's continue. See if I got anything else. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. Like a bribe. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Sure, let's take a break. I'm good. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer, and some bigwigs were all present. Yet they stand by, they have not been questioned. I hold that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant. That in no way precludes making a verdict. Jeopardy has attached. Let's move on with our lives. Court acknowledges the defense's point. Prosecution will gather more information about the witnesses. And more information about these other people we have just been told of. Yeah. I understand, Your Honor. Yeah, you'd be lucky not to be in contempt and all kinds of stuff. This ends the day's proceedings, and we will have this all resolved by tomorrow, because we have like 4 additional suspects that we can figure this all out in 1 additional day, because that's reasonable. Incidentally, why didn't my client tell me about these other people who were present? Because he was there. He would know about the producer and director being there, presumably. Or that they were expected to be there. And he might know about these bigwigs because perhaps they're there on a normal day. So, you know, why didn't I, as his lawyer, get this information directly from my client? That would also be helpful information to know. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. And seriously, does this movie studio not have like a sign-in sheet or something? I was right to ask you to defend me. Or should I sniff? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. Someone owes me several hundred hours. Someone owes me $700 an hour. Let's find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for cross-examination. So Nick, I would figure out just who it was in the Steel Samurai costume? No. Could it really have been the old windbag? Sure. What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. I was just buying time. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off. Poor old windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. I do not. So, yeah, she would have been in charge of the sign-in sheet. So, and on top of everything else, that's called forgery of business records, which is also an offense. So, yeah, in the grand scheme of the many offenses, it's a fairly low-level offense, but still, we'll add that to the list. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we're back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys. Sniff. Save progress. Well, save progress implies that I want to remember this or have this memorialized in some way, which I really don't. But for the sake of you and watching me suffer, we will say yes. Let's carry on. What a day. There's no time for relaxing, Nick. It's a little time for relaxing, you know. Lawyers get to celebrate too. At this point in the real world, we would be going to a bar. I guarantee you. Say you think, and so would the prosecution for that matter. Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess it really depends on people we found out in today's trial. As you may know, lawyers do like the drink. The director and producer. Yeah, them. Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. No one's here. Right now, that means they have Mrs. Oldbag in custody. I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her. Yeah, at a major movie studio, you wouldn't have like more than one guards person, who almost certainly wouldn't be an employee of the studio. They'd be like a contractor. But, never mind. Hey, in the guard station, look. She left her donuts. What? I wasn't going to eat them. Let's eat the donuts. The computer that runs this camera. Huh? It looks like it's been turned off for the day. Okay. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. Sure. The main entrance to the studio. They probably have a police officer. Okay, no, I don't want options. So is there nothing for me to do here? What am I doing now? No clues. Back? Move? Let's go to the employee area. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey. Hey, assistant girl. Hi, WP's lawyers, right? I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. You've just heard about it. You've not been questioned, or... Yeah, okay. Never mind. Oh, ho, ho. Don't mention it. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh, ho, ho, ho. This is me talking? Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean the one? Wow, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Let me glue it in place. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but you do your work on props and backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh? Well, I'm sure these things happen. You're right. I won't. Yeah, no need to worry about what is literally your job. I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in for Miss Oldbag. Right. See you later, then. No! I have questions. I have 8,000 questions. So, he came in through the drain. So it seems. I guess they covered up in a hurry. Hey, Nick. If that drain's covered, that boy won't be able to get in. No, there's no way he could punch through what appears to be cardboard. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him, though. Don't you? I, once again, hate everybody. What, you want to rip the grate off? Really, Nick? We can? Is killing everyone an option? Can I do that? Yeah, the costume was in the dressing room, which would be like the place you'd expect it to be. But Nick, with Mr. Powers, hadn't been sleeping. Wonder what the killer's planning on doing then. Well, it was a crime of convenience. You know. Motive, means, opportunity. Remember our trifecta? Mr. Powers back. I wonder what's inside. Hey, supermarket tabloids. Well, I'm kind of shocked. Maya, leave those alone. It's our client's bag. We can look in the bag. There's an array of cosmetics here. Alright, back. Was there sleeping pills? Did I miss sleeping pills? I don't see any pills. Yes, let us do that. Let us go to Studio 2, like, reasonable attorneys would do. Break and enter. Break and enter. Break and enter. Kick open the door. No one will notice the difference. Oh, look, there's a bent pole. Okay, apparently that's not a clue. I am looking at the fence. I examined the fence. Apparently that's not a clue. Alright, I don't know if there's anything left for me to do here. Think I should go back? Yeah, now it'll let me look at something else. Let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license. But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney badge, Nick? Yeah, there doesn't... I mean, I see the thing bent in the fence, but there's no way for me to select it, and there's nothing for me to do. The studio asked us to keep quiet. You know, for a man who's on trial for murder, you have a lot of loyalty. It is not a good idea to lie to your attorney. I'd just like to note for the record, please do not lie to your attorney. You're going to make us look like an ass, and it's going to hurt you. When he loses, he's going to lose big. I see. I don't like it when you make me look like an ass because my credibility is pretty important to me, and it's something I have to trade on. So if you lie to me, it's going to hurt me businessly, and it's going to hurt your case. So just please don't do it. You'll save us both a lot of hassle. Also, I won't hate you. Alright, so where do we go now? At the law office, I guess. We were just at the studio. I'm stuck again, guys. I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Who has the wiki? Who has the wiki and can tell me what to do? I'm totally stuck, guys. I'm gonna have some water while you look up and tell me what to do, because I got nothing. I still hate everybody, by the way. Can I pull the cover off the grate? I don't know if I can do that anymore. I don't think I have the option anymore. Let me try. let's rip it open. I'm not sure what day I'm on. Did I check the furnace? I think I did. Oh, hello. Oh, you look a lot of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? So yes, I had to rip off the cover in order to advance the story. This is stupid. I thought my camo vest might do the trick, kind of alternative guard fashion. You know, just incidentally, it shouldn't be that removing the grate cover or leaving it on is a plot critical detail. I mean, it just seems lame. I'm now objecting to the way this story is written. I'll sink that in for a minute. Alright, we'll go back to the furnace, I guess, or whatever. Nick, what was that noise? It sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should be barging in, huh? It's locked. What? Don't we have a key? No. There's one at the guard station, but what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it, if they let us. I want the key! Give me the key, damn it! How do I get the key? How do I get the key? Back to the dressing room. This game has now become not fun. I just have to say, guys, look, when I'm ranting at the stupidity of the legal system and how bad the law is, that's fun, but this isn't fun. Okay? It's not fun that I have to do things in like this particular sequence of ways for no particular reason when there's like these random triggers. Like removing the grate shouldn't be a trigger. Why would that be a trigger? It doesn't make any sense in like the way the story's being told that it should make a difference one way or the other. And, you know, being a reasonably, like, law-abiding person, my natural inclination would be to leave it be, because it's not my property, there's no reason for me to go in there. Like, bust the door down, at least I had some motivation to go in there for some reason. I had no motivation to remove the screen, man. This isn't fun. I'm going to see this through because of you guys, but I don't know if I'm going to play anymore after tonight, because this isn't fun. Yeah, logic puzzles were at least fun. Even though I screwed it up, that was at least fun. Alright, what bullshit thing do I have to do now to move the plot along? Oh my god. And it wasn't there when I tried to examine earlier, this bottle that I've just found. Even though I clicked on the table, it wasn't there before. Why am I your errand boy? You want me to look in all the places he's been? That's literally what you want me to do? I'd like to take note for the record that I previously looked in the director's chair. We have been in this room. We've previously looked at the director's chair. This piece of evidence should have been there. But now we're just not finding it for the first time because this game is stupid. And it's stupid in a whole new way than the way it was previously stupid. Alright, here's your script. Also, here's a knife in your chest. But sadly, that's not an option. I doing? Yes, there's no possible way you could have gone around this. No possible way you could have gone around this. Why wouldn't the camera have captured the monkey's head falling over? Why wouldn't that qualify as movement? Just, you know, as long as we're looking for plot holes. Are we seriously bringing a clock into this? Are we seriously bringing a clock into this at this point? Are we going to do a clock thing again? But no, the monkey's head time was wrong because the day before it had been taken to Paris, and therefore it's 9 hours fast. You know, I think at this point we should just plead guilty. You know, I think at this point we should just concede and we should plead guilty and we should let our client go to the gallows. It's been a good ride, you know, but I think at this point there's really nothing more we can do. And we should just admit defeat and admit that it is, in fact, our client who committed the murder and, you know, we must see justice done. So, you know, night, everybody. Okay, we're channeling the dead assistant lawyer again. Maybe this is why Japan has like a 98% conviction rate. Everything is so incredibly stupid that not even professionals can keep their sanity and they just eventually give up. Maybe that's what's going on. You have to tell us. You are literally a witness. That's what subpoenas are made for, jackass. Yeah, it's called a subpoena. It's called a subpoena. That's what they're made for. And then you say, I'm not going to tell you nothing, and I get to hold you as a hostile witness. And I get to ask you leading questions, and I get to try to beat you verbally to death with my bare hands. That's in the judicial code too. You don't know about that part. It's a secret. I've seen Kardashian jurisprudence. At this point, Kardashian jurisprudence is preferable. You can excise my teeth and, yeah. I'm going to beat this woman to death. Yeah, wasn't it the third molar or something like that? I'm trying to remember from that one episode. Was it the third molar that you had to give up? But normally you gave it up when you were very young. So you can fact check me on which tooth it was. I'm gonna say third molar. Where was I? Or was it like third icuspid? Or was it third icuspid molar? Some of these words sound vaguely familiar. Yeah, don't come at me with Star Trek. I know Star Trek. Sure, being here somewhere. Found you. You know there's like only one door into this place. We could just stand in front of it. Nice to meet you. Yo, I'm Phoenix Wright. Who asked? Phoenix, you can take it from here. First molar by the age of 10. Okay, so I was off slightly on my Star Trek lore. Thought there was a third in there, but thank you, Lint, for fact-checking me. Alright, so what do we do now? What bullshit sequence do I have to follow to get the thing, to give to the kid, to get the story, to cross-examine the guy? What is the sequence at this point in the... Can I give her this? Can I give her the key? Okay, okay, let's see. Yeah, DS9 was really the abused Miles O'Brien show. Yes, at many points it was. I particularly like the episode when he was convicted of a crime and then had like a life sentence implanted into his brain. That was pretty light. That'll give you nightmares. Give her the card key? Sure, why not? That makes sense. Let's do that. Oh, so that she can visit... Wait a second, she's the security guard. How does she not have a key? She's the security guard. How does she not have a key? Why does she need one from me? What universe are we in? That is the most disturbing fact I've yet seen today. I thought this story could not get any worse. It has officially gotten worse. Let's move on. I'll lend her the card key. Anything that gets me past this door. Phoenix, we must be talking about two different episodes. There was the one where Miles was sentenced and he had that... he said that he didn't have his cellmate, but he did. And he had killed... This is all in his mind. He had killed his cellmate just before the end of his sentence because he thought he was hiding like food in the wall, but he wasn't. It was like... I'm trying to remember the cellmate's name. That would be one hell of a fact if I could pull that out of my brain. No. But yeah, there was definitely an episode with him having a life sentence implanted into his brain. Where were we? Yeah, and then Miles had tried to like kill himself at the very end with a phaser. He got out of the locker and Julian came in to talk him down, and he admitted the fact about the whole thing, and like... Are you serious? I have to find a card for him now? Ichar, that's right. Ichar, good Lynn. You're right. Yeah, well, there was a lot of episodes where Miles O'Brien was tortured. So it's no wonder that we're getting these all confused in our head. Although, I do remember that... I think the episode you're talking about was when he was trying to spy on the Syndicate, which is one of my favorite episodes. I believe that episode was called Honor Among Thieves, where he was put undercover to spy on the Syndicate, and Bilby was the guy's name who he was spying on, and they found out that the Dominion was working with the Syndicate and so forth and so on. That was a really, really good episode, Honor Among Thieves. It's one of my favorite episodes of DS9. Of course, my favorite episode of DS9 is Pale Moonlight, because it's total badass. Smiley, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Smiley. Where did you get the parts? I promised I wouldn't tell. I'm the one asking the question. Where did you get the parts? I stole them. Stole them? Yes, I stole them from a warehouse over on Gomorrah Street. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't want you to be implicated in case, you know, they caught up with me. You lied to me in order to protect me? Yeah. What am I doing now? I'm trying to find a card, I think. Garrick is pretty badass too. How about I just kill the kid and then just confess to killing the actor too? It was me. I did it. How am I going to find a really rare, ultra rare, whatever rare card for this kid? Anyone got any ideas? Trailer? Sure, why not? Yep, that was the wrong one. Yeah, I am having more fun talking about a 20-year-old television show. I was having fun with this game when it was just about the absurdities in law. That was a lot of fun. But now it's the absurdities of getting through the plot because of these random triggers and stuff that make no sense in the story. Well, thank you for giving me something fun to talk about. DS9 was great. DS9 may be my favorite Star Trek. It's tough between that and TNG. But they're definitely in my top two. I know the classic fight is between the original series and TNG, but I don't think so. For me, it's definitely TNG or DS9. And I mean, they're just different shows because one's episodic and one's serial. So they're kind of hard to compare. But DS9 is pretty awesome. I think DS9, it fell apart a little bit at the end because they didn't quite know how to wrap it up. Yeah, and of course season 1 was odd, but then they all kind of were odd in season 1, so that's fine. Jadzia for days, baby. Oh yeah, Jadzia for days. The root beer scene is a fantastic one. Great. Alright, so most favorite to least favorite Star Trek. We'll go DS9. We'll go TNG. Then I guess we'll go original series. Then we'll go... Where do I put the new one is the question. Because it's just in a weird one in its own way. I guess I'll go with the new one. STD. We'll go with Voyager. And then Enterprise. I know those last two are controversial because Voyager truly sucks. But Enterprise, yeah, it really didn't work for me. They're both pretty bad, in my humble opinion. Then again, after what happened, you mean you don't know about Hammer? The animated series? The animated series is so different, I didn't really put it into the list, but I'll put it above STD. I'll put it above STD in that list. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have to say anything. New one beats Voyager? I mean, I hear you, man. I don't get me wrong. I hear you. But Voyager was truly horrible. It was just truly horrible. The new one is... But the Voyager was bad. Yet, Enterprise was still worse. But we'll put TAS above... the new one. I'm probably not the one who should tell you. Uh-oh, just tell me. It's been a long road, but blah, 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 blah. The way they ended Enterprise was just truly awful. That really, that was horrible. All right, should we do movies? Should we do best movies to worst movies? Let's see if we can do the movies. So we're going to... all right, so I think I'm going to put Undiscovered Country on top. And then I'm going to do Wrath of Khan. Tough call, because they're both really good. But I think Undiscovered Country was better. Tough. If you want to say Wrath of Khan was better, you won't get a massive fight out of me. But they're both really, really good. All right, then next... I'm going to say... I think next up, I'm going to say probably... I think I'm going to say Star Trek 2 is next. Then I'm going to say... now I'm going to... Oh, well, actually, before Star Trek 2, I'm going to have to do with the new Star Treks. So the new Star Trek and its follow-on, even though it's a repeated Wrath of Khan, in that order. Then we'll do Star Trek 2. Then we'll do some of the new stuff. So I think next up we're going to do the one with the Borg. Whatever that was called. I forget. Then we'll do Star Trek 1, which was as visually interesting as 2001: A Space Odyssey, but it had a much more interesting plot, which isn't saying much because 2001: A Space Odyssey, although visually stunning, was a horrible movie except for the parts with Hal. So, I meant Star Trek 3. Sorry. When I was saying Star Trek 3, I meant Star Trek 3. Search for Spock. You're right. Star Trek 2 is Wrath of Khan. So when I was saying 2 is after, I meant 3. So it's Undiscovered Country, then 2, then 3, then the new ones, then First Contact, then Star Trek 1, which was visually good, plot needed work, and then it's just varying degrees of garbage. It's just a race for what is the most garbage at that point. I guess we'll say Generations is next. Why not? And then we'll say, I don't know. It's just a tie for last place with Star Trek 4 and the one with the Romulan, not Romulan bullshit, which I have personally in my own head declared to be non-canon. And yeah, so that's my order. Star Trek 4 sucks. No, 4, yeah, no, 4 is all the way at the bottom. I fucking hate 4. It is horrible. It is a bullshit, horrible movie. It sucks. It's as bad as anything else in Star Trek. I hate it. I hate it with all my heart. Okay. What am I doing at this point? Insurrection was stupid. It was stupid. Yeah. Generations beats. Generations is like the last one I'm rating. So it's at the bottom of the ones that are rated. No, Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis was the crap one. Nemesis is the one I've rated non-canon. But 4 is worse. 4 is bad. 5 is bad. 4, 5, and Nemesis are somewhere ranked in the bottom of hell. They're all horrible. Yeah, that was bad, Lynn. That was really bad. They 4, 5, and Nemesis were bad. Nemesis was so bad I declared it non-canon. So I guess definitionally it has to be the worst because it's the only one I'm saying personally it never happened. Screw you. So I guess it must be the worst. So I guess Nemesis comes in last. How do I find a card for this guy? I know there's some people who really, really like Voyage Home, Star Trek 4. Some people really like it. I've actually seen some people think it's actually like one of the best Star Trek movies. I think it's bullshit. I think it's a crap movie. And if you like it, your opinion is wrong. Look, normally I'm a sucker for time travel. I am totally a sucker for time travel. Like, I love time travel movies, and my favorite Harry Potter is Prisoner of Azkaban because it involves the most time travel. And I love Back to the Future. I'm a sucker for time travel. But the whales, man. The whales. The entire plot hook is so stupid, I literally can't even. I literally can't even. That plot point is so stupid. It's so stupid. And then pretty much everything that happens in the past is pretty stupid too. So the plot hook is stupid. All the stuff that happens in the past is stupid. It's a horrible movie. It's truly atrocious. There be whales, Captain. Makes me want to make them extinct myself. Have I watched Primer? Primer's badass. Primer's kick-ass. Primer will confuse the shit out of you. But it's great. And especially for such a low-budget movie, because it's filmed on, like, nothing. But Primer's a really, really good movie. Really good. I don't know what 4 was intended at. Time Cop was pretty good too. Time Cop definitely was a little ridiculous at parts, no doubt. But Time Cop was serviceable. It was a serviceable movie. Did you see anything unusual? Millennium was good. Millennium was it was okay. Free Jack, I agree, was weird. Millennium was not as good as Time Cop, and that's saying something, because Time Cop was a little kitsch. But Millennium, yeah. Looper was pretty good. Looper was pretty good. Time Bandits? I'm trying to remember that one. Yeah. They travel through time to steal stuff, right? Time Bandits? Yeah, it was okay. I mean, really, time travel wasn't that, like, critical in the grand scheme of the plot. It was just kind of like an interesting aside. But it's cool. Samurai killed the bad guy. Used the samurai sphere, just like always. One shot, one kill. Happened so fast, I got scared. Went home after that. I see. It must have been hard for you. Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap, I objected to the last episode of Quantum Leap. As I recall, it was kind of filmed in a rush because they didn't know the series was going to end. But it was a little BS because they could have just like changed the very ending of it. And it would have been fine. But like, he never made his way home, that's BS. How about he does make his way home? The Quantum Leap is the main reason I felt left down by Enterprise, totally possible. Yeah. But Quantum Leap was pretty solid. It had some really good episodes. And I could have also done without the evil leaper, and done without the the evil Gigi. I could have done without that. That was I think my favorite episode of Quantum Leap was the one where he leaped into Al when Al was like facing the death penalty for a murder, and like he's like counting up the percentages, 98, 99. Then what's 100? It's someone else because of course Al died. And so it's someone else, and everything has been changed. I kind of like that episode. That's cool. I believe. Voyages? TV show Voyages? No. Do you remember the TV show Sliders? Did you like Sliders? With the multi-dimensional crap? That was okay. It had a good premise, but weak execution. Ziggy was the engineer. Yeah, you're right. And the name of the computer was... I don't remember. I just said that's Vignictus Sliders. I said it before you said it, Vignictus. I'd like to know for the record. Note for the record. Yeah, it was a great premise, but bad execution. I don't know what was wrong. I think it was the act. I just don't think they're the right actors. I think it was the problem with it. But it had a good premise. It went on for a long time, being kind of a bad show, though. But it was never really great. It was never wonderful. It was always kind of eh. Yeah, there is there is definitely a record time delay between broadcast and chat. Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. Can I concede? Yeah, Ziki was the AI. Yeah, don't correct me, Lynn. Yeah, unexpected fact like a witness. Like, if you had done an investigation, you would have known about this long ago. Gucci is the lead program, that's right. With bad breath. This is the director? How do you speak in Elite? How do you speak in Elite? And why would you, in a court hearing, and why would you wear this hat? And why would you wear this towel? And why do I hate everyone? Can we kill him? Can we just do that for the hell of it? Impressive. Is he speaking in emoji too? He's speaking in emoji? Impressive. Objection. I don't even know. Emoticon, not emoji. Emoji is a single character. Is that true? Okay, fair enough. I stand corrected. I love how everyone lies. Just everyone lies. Your Honor, I call the witness to testify in court about this break. Did anyone ever watch the show Jag? I like the show Jag. It was pretty good. A little predictable at times, but it was okay. Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break. Rolling on the floor laughing! But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in studio. What? LOL! That's only just enough time to eat T-bone steak if you ask me, Steves. I don't think we need to be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. The break. Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Hold it!
What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from 2:30 till 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death, so he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. But it was only 15 minutes. That's 15. Base 13, 12, bar.
Hold it!
What are you doing the first 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on the table. Oh, right. The other one was D Vasquez's plate. D Vasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes? That's quite a feat. Oh my god. Did you just see how he just licked his lips? Oh my god. What is he doing? Oh my god. I'm disturbed. I'm gonna have nightmares. Please stop. Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? No, screw you. Your Honor, the testimony at this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. People in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for them to get to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you're not suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1. Well, Mr. Wright, Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give an answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? Sure. Why not? The victim was murdered at 2:30, the exact time of the break in the meeting. 15 minutes, murder is certainly a possibility. I suppose you might say that. Alright, I've got the judge thinking now. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Never a dull minute with you, Mr. Wright. Can I kill the prosecutor too? What's your point, Edgeworth? You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Look at the court record. The court record? Surely you knew that from 2:15 to 2:40 the pathway to the studio was blocked. Mrs. Monkey's head had fallen across the path. Yes, and no one could have possibly gotten past it. I mean, geez, how could they possibly have gotten that? Out over or around the head in the middle of the pathway. I mean, you know, geez, that's just totally not like reasonable or foreseeable in any way. However, the path from the Scion Cream was blocked. Yes, and there's no way you could have possibly gotten around it. Possibly. Fallen Miss Monkey had barred the way. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. L.A. Noire did do the interrogation better. No counter argument, Mr. Wright? Then I'm afraid you lose this round. Also, incidentally, I want a steak. I believe we see enough evidence. I'd like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over? Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it's also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regard to the photo of Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that's lacking is decisive evidence that he's the one that did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I'd have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Do we want to go with skewered or impaled? Order. I will have order. I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for the recess. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in the trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. You give it, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. People in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going on? What's going to happen? Well, you're going to have a short drop and a quick stop, as they say. It kind of seems like everyone in the courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you're innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Anytime, yeah. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution has a concern, as our witness is a grade schooler of tender years. This is a murder case, where a defense might cause unnecessary trauma with its cruel questioning. However, we have no choice. Prosecution calls Cody Hackett to the stand. They allow a sword in the courtroom. That's a nice touch. Perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on. Now, 10 is a little young to testify. You know, you'd have to have a swearability hearing to determine whether or not you can swear him in because he's so young. But yeah, it's a little young to testify. It's not impossible, but it's pushing it. Guard, please bring him a box. One of these donut crates should do it. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness. What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody? Answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackett. I'm in 2nd grade. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Yes, and you would definitely tailor your questions a little differently for a child, obviously. Not for the least of reasons that you don't want to lose the jury. If you beat up on the kid, it's probably not going to go well, so you do have to be a little bit more cautious in how you phrase your questions. And you do get a little bit more latitude with the child as a result. Witness, Cody. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident, and leading questions like this one are particularly troublesome for a child for very obvious reasons. Children tend to want to please authorities, so leading questions are very strongly frowned upon with a child witness. Please tell us what you saw that day. He's now tugging at a sword in the courtroom. That in no way is a problem. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. I've heard real gentleman myself. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. Yeah, again, you can make these kind of accommodations for kids if they need a prop or something. But again, you have to be careful with it because it can taint the jury. It's a whole thing with kids. I wanted to see Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet. We went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so the old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. How? If I had my camera with me, that would have been time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get in the studio, so I went home. Defense may begin his cross-examination, but be gentle. Remember you're talking to a child. Yeah, you wouldn't really get this instruction from the judge at the time. You would have had this cautionary note already explained to you before this point. want to see Steel Samurai just once. Press. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do. I taped every show, and I go all the time, the live performances. That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. Then you would also get some latitude for some like non-relevant questions like this. He helps build you some rapport and things like that, so you know you get a little bit of leeway. My dad always takes me. Poor dad. Found a map on the internet and went to studios that day. Press. Was that day the first time you'd been to the studio? Actually, I've been on a couple of times. I never managed to get there on rehearsal day. The security lady's always yelling. Right. Please continue. Child, Pops, I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez. Went through the woods, off past the old lady, wouldn't catch me. Press. Off the path? Yes, we've been covering this. People can move off the path. That's what I've been saying for about the last 10 minutes. Yeah, you know, how studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. Yeah, like anyone could have, because they could have gone around the head, like I've been saying for, you know, what, a half hour? I don't even know anymore. Time is now an illusion to me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. Pressing on that. Got lost in the woods? Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Now I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came up by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. Press. Steel Samurai? Yes, he was standing by the studio gates. It looked like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. I see. What then? Totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time to shot. We'll press him on that point. If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. Well, you actually kind of said that. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You're quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. That's an appropriate way to go. It's fine. It's not bad. Yeah, it's fine. What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? I want to burn the courthouse down. It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if it's a child or prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah? So I have my camera with me, so what? Got a problem with that? Yes, I do have that. So you did have a camera. Did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Can we inspect the camera? Please? Yeah, I have my camera with me. I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, Steel Samurai rules. Ah, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yeah, I have my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off. Press. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away, not even once? No. Okay then, tell us exactly what happened. Yeah, I'm getting to that. Steel Samurai goes to the bad guy. Wham! So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah. Okay, so you have a plausible self-defense claim, maybe. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. That's super helpful. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching The Steel Samurai. I see. What happened next? Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap, something like that. Should I wait or press him harder? Now's as good as time as any. I'll press him harder. Cody? What? Something bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Yet you missed the most important part. What does it mean? This witness stated quite clearly what he saw. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murder uses a samurai slap? My point is this, Cody, you may have seen someone steal Samurai's fight. But you missed the most important part, the killing blow. That's right, how could this be? Can you explain how I might have missed something so vital? Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? Because he's playing with his camera? I know you can figure this out. Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight? Do I present the camera? He's watching something else. He couldn't watch it. He was watching something else. Show evidence. I guess I'll show evidence. Here's my proof. What is that? The camera? I want to state that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he's looking at his camera. He's trying to take a picture. Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? Nothing on picking on little kids? Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching this hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody? Only one reason why you looked away from the fight. That was because you wanted to take a picture. You hadn't just received your camera, you weren't used to using it. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackett testifies once more. Very well. Cody? Could you please tell us about your camera and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had escaped the clutches of the villain. So I held my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened, yup. Anything strange in the testimony? I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination. Well, I'm on cross. I'm allowed to lead. Leading the witness is proper in cross-examination. Yeah, you're right, Pops. Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So you see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai is moving a little strange. Moving strangely. So I held up my camera to take a picture. Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera's too many buttons. I couldn't figure it out. Try to take a picture. I really tried. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. Perhaps I guess? When the lens opened, what did you see? A person on the ground. And a Steel Samurai. That's all that happened. Yep, press. That's all? Yeah, I told you, I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got the lens open. Did you really not take a picture? Not even one? Press it. No, I definitely would have taken a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody? Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey. Bullseye. How do you know? I see through all your lies. It's one of my powers. Wow. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. How about we just examine the camera? That'd be a good place to start. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah. Why'd you erase the picture of your Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. Better find a clear contradiction soon or some evidence. How can I pick holes in such short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Did the kid do it? Yeah, you're right. Steel Samurai just escaped the clutches. The villain. What evidence do I have that I can present? I have the victory scenes. That might be relevant. So I helped my camera take a picture. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. I'm gonna present this, see if that helps. I'll present the camera. Cody? What? Man, every time you say Cody, you thought was something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when Steel Samurai lands the final blow. I got them all. I never miss one. A perfect collection. Cody? Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erased it. When you keep it for your album? Ah! Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai taken by Cody Hackins. It claims it's a perfect collection of every battle. I see. Don't you find it very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures, none were taken that day. Order. Mr. Wright, having an explanation. Steel Samurai just defeated his adversary. I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No, wait. Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. What a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court. I did it. Why was there no picture? Why would the boy have erased the photo he took? Steel Samurai didn't win. I can think of only one reason. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted the photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, am I right, am I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No! It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. The reason why he lied, the reason why he told us he didn't take the picture. Same reason he erased the photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable. The Steel Samurai could have been defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose, yet to admit what he destroyed, would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth! Order. I will have order. Witness? Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. I will say that at least Phoenix knows how to dress. That's a very nice looking suit. We could do something with his hair, but at least he looks nice, as opposed to the prosecutor who looks like an idiot. That day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Order. What kind of stunt you're trying to pull, right? Steel Samurai is the murderer, not the victim. And according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai is the one who fell. Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What is this about? Steel Samurai was the victim. Well, I mean, that's the logical conclusion. Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. On the day of the murder, I at the guard station 1 o'clock. Did I see poor Mr. Hammer? Nope. He had already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him go to Studio 1, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Power to take a nap at his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, photo on my digital camera. What? No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that. Now, Sniff. Here, this is it. Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This is decisive. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix. Mia, what? Look at the photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. The photo's all the evidence you need to win the trial. What? Your Honor? Gotta see the photo once more, please. Certainly. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. The thing is one attached. I think it's here. You seem to be lacking more confidence than usual. I suppose it's because I'm not confident about it at all. Maybe you want to rethink your case? Yes, please, Your Honor. Find the inconsistency. I thought it was the sphere. He's at 2 and he's supposed to be...
Take that!
Your Honor, look at this. I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on the gate? The number. Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like 2. Clearing that out of 1, Your Honor. Ah. I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. Yeah? What's this all about? Please explain. I'll use the studio guide map. Body is found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? Does not say 1 on that gate. Your Honor, here's a true scene of the crime. Here, in Studio 2. I see. That would explain 2. Your Honor, I find it very significant the murder took place in Studio 2. Because... Victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Sal Melentra's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they couldn't have gone to Studio 1. And actually, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of crime in Studio 2. As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. And on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting. During the break, Sal Manella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. Order. The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person, the security guard, Miss Holbeck stole was the victim. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole the costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer's the victim. The victim. Why would he steal a samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did to cover the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof the victim stole the hammer. I have proof. Sure, why not? I have proof. You do? You do? Now that they're so surprised, I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. I got nothing. What's my proof he stole the costume? Shows with the sphere, I guess. Found this on the table in the employee area, the same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Power ate. The label reads sleeping pills. Sleeping pills. The defendant, Mr. Power, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment, that bottle does raise some suspicions, but there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint bottle would be a good idea. An idea, let's hear it. I want to try to solve for fingerprints. My claim is true, Hammer's fingerprints should show up. I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession. The court will suspend. Alright. The only way I'm continuing with this ridiculous trial is so that we can get to the end of this thing, figure out what the end is, and then I'm never playing this game ever again. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad I missed it. Mia, so what happened? Well, I think I got a pretty good idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. What bullshit system is this? There was a fixed number of trial days. And wouldn't the most rational thing for the defense be just to stall? If there's a fixed amount of days, why not just stall to the end? Because then there's no more days and you win. But I guess it's not how it works in Japan, or whatever fictional system they have created for themselves. Trials have to end in 3 days, then why don't I just win? I don't get it, Mia. Why they steal a costume? Why have we gone through the trouble stealing it? That's what we have to find out. Ah, he has a crush on her. Or maybe they're sleeping together. Who knows? I've only heard rumors anyhow. I bet you've heard a lot more rumors. I used to be a miner, straight-to-video director, but something in his work caused Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Everyone knows the name, Salmonella. Oh, his name's Salmonella. I've been pronouncing it wrong all this time. I can't believe I just got the joke. That's how tired I am and how stupid this is. I just got the joke just now. I now hate myself. I heard he's back at a beck and call, though. Whoever says his jump, he has how high and all that. I can imagine him being at beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But they just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. They just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago? These are still samurais that appear in live shows. The fanboy collected all these pictures himself. Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean so much to these kids, you know? Well, I'm glad that lifted your spirits a little bit. So it's some sort of Hollywood bullshit. Yeah, some sort of Hollywood bullshit. Okay, that's fine.
Take that!
Alright, let's learn the horrible, horrible secret about what happened 5 years ago. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died. It was Hammer's fault. It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. That's why Mr. Hammer did anything. It was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. Afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I mean, deaths on set are like pretty rare, but it's not like unheard of. So, you know. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studio back then. You know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take it over from me? Everyone's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who think they make global studios? What is day? Hammer. It's all do Hammer. Hammer time. Oh, it's Hammer time. Oh. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. Let's talk about what happened 5 years ago. That'll calm her down. I want to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who'd you hear that from? Nicholas? Nick, Penny Nicholas, the assistant we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers, dredging up dirt on someone's past like that? Hello, hero. How are you? I suppose you think this is fun. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. He claimed that Hammer stole Powers' costume. Welcome back, hero. We're welcome to have you. You expect me to leave that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? Yeah, I have proof. I can prove that Mr. Powers stole Powers' costume. Do I have to go through this again? Pills? Sure. Yeah, that's right. That works. Here's my proof. What? What's the Ball's proof? It's Ball's sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. What does that prove? I'm sure old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's the proof they used his pillow powers? The traces on the steak plate.
Take that!
Mr. Powers ate the T-bone steak for lunch. Well, yeah, so? This is the plate they used to eat the steak. There are traces of sleeping powder on the plate. Poor Mr. Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired. See? Tired of holding it all in. Man, I'm tired too, baby. Tell us the truth, baby. Miss Oldbag, you're right. 5 years ago it was an accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She had ties to the mafia. Of course she did. She silenced the paparazzi. This was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to harm anyone. Hold on a minute. Here, take this. Haha, there's the bent over thing, yep. This is a picture. Is that the trailer in Studio 2? Hammer was supposed to fight the bad guy on top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell into a flower box fence. Yeah, they'll do it. I understand. Alright, what are we doing now? Hey Nick, it's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? I'm watching the clouds. Are we dead now? Okay. Okay. I cannot keep going. I have had just as much of this as I can possibly stand. We've been doing this for 3 hours and 5 minutes. This is just all kinds of stupid. So I don't know whether or not we will finish this case or not. But we are not finishing it tonight. Because I am obviously completely fried from the game. And I'm just not having that much fun with it. Because it was, just not as much fun to go through the crap to get to the story. So, sorry for all that. But yeah, I hope this has been fun. No, I don't like the game. The game is stupid. And it broke me. I don't like it because it made me do convoluted things in convoluted orders, for not good reasons. So, no, I don't like it anymore. I was liking it when it was just stupid, and now it's stupid for a whole nother reason, and I don't like it stupid for the whole other reason. So that is it for today, my friends. Thank you for joining me with this Phoenix Wright playthrough. We probably will never see this game again. But until later, my friends, I hope you're well. And cheers and goodbye.